First time Steely has chosen a current player, a flanker who joined Pontypridd as a full-time professional way back in 2002. He was unlucky to be overlooked for a contract with the Warriors when the game went regional, but he remained at Sardis Road ever since, and you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Despite his 13 seasons of service with Ponty, he somehow still hasn't quite mastered the Valley's accent. It's Wayne O'Connor.
Pick it up on a Cardiff accent, do you? Yeah, I'm from Llanedin in Cardiff. Played for Cardiff schoolboys, played for Old Iltydians till under 12s and joined Rugby then with Nigel Benzani, the old coach up there who dragged me up to Ponty then. That was a full-time professional contract with a load of brilliant rugby players.
You played that one season for Pontypridd, and then the regional game came in. How did that affect you as a young player trying to make your way in a game?
The regional game came in, I didn't quite cut the mustard when it came to being picked for the regional side. I think I would have had another 2 years probably contract in front of me, full-time professional, if that hadn't happened. Yeah, it was pretty devastating. It knocked me back a bit, but I stayed with Ponty after that, and I think the rest is history, you know. I didn't want to go over the water for the full-time contract. I wanted to stay in Wales and try and fight for my place with one of the regions, but it just didn't happen, you know.
A lot of people would have possibly walked away from the game then, certainly walked away perhaps from Pontypridd, but you didn't, even though the game had dealt you quite a blow there. What was it that kept you at Ponty?
It's definitely a brilliant place to play rugby, and it's a brilliant place to live as well. You know, the supporters up there, they cheer you on through thick and thin. If you win, they're great. If you lose, they're great. It don't particularly matter. They just cheer you on just for the love of the club up there. And I think the change room, you know, the lads in the change room, they all come from the Rhondda Valley. They're all a bunch of headers. I guess stick about a lot of things, about the hair and about the Cardiff accent. They love a good time, and that's exactly why I stayed at the club, you know.
We can be heroes just for one day.
Why do you think that Pontypridd have dominated the semi-professional era, Wayne, like they have?
Dale McIntosh's got to be a big part of that. I mean, he put together the side which liked to play a brand of rugby, open rugby and hard rugby, and sort of his sort of philosophy in rugby, and there's a lot of us in there who bought into that philosophy. I think it's showing dividends now in the later part, because we've got a good side. We've got youngsters coming through every year who come up through the regional system, and he's all part of that sort of system as well. And I think he's a big part to play with, along with Pearl John as well. You know, you're always trying to better yourself. That's sort of our philosophy there, you know. It's about pushing forward inevitably to make yourself a better player and a better team as well. We got Worcester now on the weekend. This definitely be a massive challenge for us. I'm sure there's going to be a whole heap of support going up for the game. I'm pretty sure we'll push them hard all the way, as we have done in most of these games in the past.
That ponytail that you have, you're a commentator's dream, I have to say, because you can always spot Wayne O'Connor anywhere on the field. What's the ponytail all about? How did it come about?
Back in 2006, I took a year out to go travelling, so I left without a ponytail, so like a half average hair, and I came back with, well, dreadlocked ponytail. The trouble is, I've been trying to get rid of it down the years, and before I met my missus, I've always had this, and I'm trying to get rid of it, but she loves it so much, she don't want me to get rid of it. There's been a few good hairstyles throughout the years in the rugby game of rugby, and I think I got one of them.
You've had one of the greatest accolades that Pontypridd Club and Pontypridd Town can pay to one of its favourite sons. You've been grogged by Richard Hughes, the grog shop. Tell us that story.
Yeah, he's a pretty mean-looking grog, I think, with his dreads hanging down. But I think it was the supporters, it was voted by the supporters and the past Rugby Players Association. They paid for a grog to be made of me, which is quite fun. They asked me what I wanted to be. They want me a happy chappy or the hard-looking chappy. I asked him, I said, well, which one do you reckon? He said, oh, it's definitely a hard-looking chappy. So I made the hard-looking face on it. He's quite the gnarly-looking fella. He sits on my mantelpiece looking at me all the time.
You're 36 now. How much longer do you think you can go on? How much longer do you want to go on?
Yeah, I think I still got a couple more years in my legs, but I got to sit down with the missus and see what she says yet again. And yeah, if they offer me another contract, we'll see how we go. I definitely got to think about it, though.
And we said at the beginning that you're a Cardiff boy, but what has Pontypridd meant to you?
I'm a Cardiff boy, but when you cut me, I'm black and white.
We can be heroes.
Phil Steele talking to this week's cult hero Wayne O'Connor, enjoying a well-deserved testimonial at Pontypridd RFC this season. Our best wishes go to him for that, and also for him and the rest of his Ponty teammates as they face their biggest game of the season on Saturday, where they play Worcester Warriors in the quarter-final of the British and Irish Cup. I'm delighted